I'm Tim, and I'm presenting our work, Real-Time Generative Grasping with Spatio-Temporal Sparse Convolution. Our work is motivated by tasks involving submerged maritime operations, such as biological sampling, infrastructure maintenance, and black box recovery, which are commonly done using manual ROV operations, which can be expensive and clunky because it's difficult to control ROVs at depth. There's an opportunity for autonomous grasping to save money in these applications. Additionally, the ocean domain has challenges that are relevant to mobile manipulation in unstructured environments more broadly. There's considerable uncertainty in both perception and actuation, making it more difficult to autonomously grasp objects underwater. For instance, turbidity and variable lighting can make it more difficult to discern an object to grasp, and uncertain hydrodynamics and currents can make it difficult to execute a planned trajectory. These challenges motivate a different approach than traditional open-loop grasping. In open-loop grasping, a point cloud is first collected and then grasps are identified before a motion plan is created and then executed with no further revisions to the plan once motion starts. In closed-loop grasping, however, grasps are continually re-evaluated in streaming data in order to revise a plan to accommodate a dynamic environment. This is difficult with 6 degree of freedom spatial grasps because inference is slow on point clouds. In order to perform inference fast enough for dynamic underwater environments, we look to sparse convolution. Sparse convolution converts a point cloud into a sparsely occupied volumetric grid, and then efficiently computes only the necessary convolution operations. This also allows us to convolve over time, potentially improving inference by using multiple viewing angles or multiple frames. In short, we were investigating, can we use sparse convolutions for real-time 6 degree of freedom grasping? We use a single-shot inference method similar to contact GraspNet to identify grasps. First, we classify points by proximity to known positive grasps from the ground truth training set. Then, for each point, we regress the grasp orientation, which is parameterized as 2 vectors that uniquely identify a roll, pitch, and yaw for each contact point. When combined with a gripper width, this gives us a parallel jaw grasp in SO3 for each processed input point. This ends up being fast and efficient. Throughout the trajectory of the vehicle, frames of depth video are collected and discretized into a 4-dimensional sparse tensor, with dimensions along x, y, z, and time. Using sparse convolution, these are processed in a 4-dimensional UNet architecture to produce pointwise predictions of grasp pose, confidence, and gripper width. To train our network, we first rendered meshes from ShapeNet along random trajectories, and then we annotated our meshes using grasp labels from Acronym. We supervised our network with loss functions, including the binary cross-entropy loss for pointwise grasp confidence, the modified chamfer loss for grasp orientation, that's the add-s loss, and the MSE loss for width. We found that inference time using our network, TS-Grasp, with 1 frame was significantly less than contact GraspNet, which is a method using a PointNet backbone, and that adding additional frames approximately proportionally increased inference time as we increased from 1 to 4. Additionally, when measured on the validation set of the Acronym dataset, we found that multi-frame inference appeared to boost precision and recall performance, especially compared to contact GraspNet, which we applied without optional segmentation. We speculate that the additional context from multiple frames during a moving trajectory allowed the network to recover from self-occlusion in the scene. We also performed underwater grasping trials at the O.H. Hinsdale Wave Research Laboratory at Oregon State University. We used a 4 degree of freedom movable gantry with a mounted electrically actuated underwater arm, as well as a trisect stereo camera, against a visually detailed backdrop of natural plywood. We successfully performed grasps on artificial coral, a metal corner bracket, and a plastic gas can. Because there was no clear ground truth for grasps executed underwater, we developed a measure of the consistency of grasp predictions between the land and underwater environments. We carefully reproduced a scene above water with the high-quality stereo camera shown on the left, and below water with the noisier experimental underwater camera shown on the right. We collected the root mean squared error comparing grasp confidences in equivalent spatial bins. We found that multi-frame sparse convolution outperformed both single-frame sparse convolution and grasp inference with a point-net backbone. In conclusion, our results on the simulation-based acronym dataset and a real underwater deployment suggest that our sparse convolutional network is memory efficient, fast, and robust to visual noise. We additionally performed successful underwater grasping trials. We're excited about spatio-temporal sparse convolution for grasping and hope to use it more frequently in unstructured environments. Thank you. Here are our references.